Hi Pisces, welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of April 2023. I do want to thank you so much for joining me, but as always, as we proceed, do keep in mind it is general for your month as a whole, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I do more than appreciate the love and support, the likes, the comments, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. Here and definitely join this Piscean tribe. But as well, once you finish with this reading, do remember to check out each and every one of your placements within your individual chart for some additional messages. But the overall message I got for you for the month of April, of course, this money will make a dramatic difference in your life. Beautiful. I do feel like for some, you're finding the money's coming in quite consistently, and then a bit of unexpected income here and there throughout the month as it trickles on, some of which it's several lump sums, and this needing to be managed wisely given there is some space in between. But either way, the money flowing in for you throughout the month of April is meant to make a difference in regards to your comfort moving forward, you being able to afford something, pay things off efficiently in a responsible, mature manner, some of which it might feel like at certain points throughout the month you need a specific amount of money to, say, pay your rent or your mortgage or a different bill. And then it comes in the nick of time, okay? I do feel like it's a month where your timing is quite efficient, it's on point. You'll feel intuitively or spiritually be pushed to accomplish something at a specific point, and that timing is, specifically purposeful and on point all the meanwhile. But given that slip up just happened as I stuttered and couldn't speak, I do feel like my very spiritual Pisces drawn to the reading are going to be spiritually messed with. And this is just a part of your life at this point, or will be a part of your month in certain ways. And this might be a bit disheartening when you're working and this happens, or even just in your downtime or when you're socializing. But I do feel like you have the experience, the knowledge, the peaceful nature is what I'm hearing, the grounded nature about you, to cope with this to the best of your ability, and don't let it get the best of you, okay? I'm hearing dramatic. There might be somebody you're having to deal with at work and or at home, even if this isn't annoying, who's a bit dramatic. I do feel like someone's forcing it. I don't know why I'm getting that, and it doesn't feel like your energy. Somebody, say a boss figure who's just a bit over the top or just too much to handle. This might be more in regards to somebody you live with or just end up associating yourself with in one way, shape, or form. But it reminds you not to force it. And I feel like you aren't, but it's a good reminder either way. When working at home, when choosing to not over exude, even to work smarter at times, not harder. Coming out, I'm not going to take that one. Again, trust your intuition. Okay, your connection to the moon is taking a highlight as well. I do feel like for some, you're choosing to or getting a push to work on something late at night or early morning when the sun isn't present, because your connection to the moon is of importance. And I feel like the lighting. Look at that, the treasure card, worry-free finances, money and reserves. So your savings taking a highlight and that needing to take an increase moving forward. So therefore don't overspend, right? But some might either way. And the word excess being highlighted, okay? At times the month might feel like a bit of a treasure hunt for you. But you're treasured, okay? Don't be surprised when, especially those putting yourself out there in a vulnerable way on social media, but this could be through your job, if not multiple, or through your business in general in person. However it works for you, people complimenting you, praising you, people just liking your energy. And at times, Spirit might remind you to take a hot second and think about who you're communicating with, the type of demographic or that specific zodiac sign, if not multiple, and to be careful of not coming off too robotic. Please don't take that offensively. It just might feel like you're kind of in the mundane motions, or you've said something a bunch of times, or it's just the way you speak at times. But as a reminder to flow with whatever you're trying to communicate, okay? It's going to make a big difference for you. And I do feel like there's one of not multiple points where whether you pick it up from somebody else who does something similar as you, whether you work with them, they run a similar kind of business or project, however it works for you, I feel like it could be just in regards to what you're intuitively feeling or being spiritually guided to do. A little adjustment here or there, okay? It could be a big adjustment for some, but in how you accomplish, produce, and how you design something, I want to say for some, in potentially connecting to a subject for something, or a topic, but I do feel like this will instantly show you results. Okay, and this doesn't mean that what you were doing or how you normally do things is wrong, but it does feel like this is going to be productive, and reminds you to keep your mind open and to always be thinking about and accepting new, improved ways to get things done, to see something for you become more successful, to succeed more. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, there's planning taking place. You tapping into the analytical way of being, and making things happen or getting ready to take certain important steps for you individually. But I do feel like there's a hidden talent you're not aware of. Okay. I do feel like as well somebody else who you're admiring in regards to whether it's something similar to what you do, or it could be just their own business, or them in a different location and under that same company or within it. However it works for you, I feel like you're admiring them and they have one, if not multiple, hidden talents that you're not aware of. And this is going to leave you impressed in the end. I just feel like you, whatever you do for work, okay, I feel like even those looking to acquire a new position, there's a level of respect, I want to say. People respecting you, somebody who's done something for a while or just does it well. And has, I feel like, again, even if you're applying to interviewing for a new position, has the credentials, the experience, the knowledge, and the presence that is going to take you the distance, okay? Even if it's a month where you individually have to start from scratch, maybe you're not, or even if it feels like it, even if you're continuing something that you've done for a bit now, it feels like this is a time for you to accept fresh energy in regards to taking yourself the distance, and or taking something else that you've been working on or beginning to the distance, okay? Deserving all of this financial success for you individually. But again, I do feel like, again, I said that really weird. Secret stash, I do feel like there's a focus on money that you've saved. Try not to dip into it too much or at all, but it feels like some of which might be cashing in coins. But they're also saying with the save pennies aspect of this card, you saving as much as you can adds up. Okay, it adds up in the end. But I wouldn't be surprised if you discover money in your, I'm hearing PayPal, Venmo, stuff of that nature. It could be in regards to a random deposit or a refund that you didn't expect. Okay, something was less expensive than you thought. Say it's an online purchase and then you see the debit in the end, blindly purchasing something. But I do feel like as well, for some, it's going to be actual physical cash that you find lying around the house or something of the sort. Believe it or not, I have a friend that purposely hides money in her bedroom, and then months, years down the line, she finds it, and she does this on purpose to have that sort of surprise discovering of money. Anyways, I don't know why I shared that, some of which might do that as well. But I do feel like there is one, if not multiple, people at work and or at home that are not being completely themselves, okay? Or just should not be trusted, as are being drawn to the mask. I also feel like some are thinking about the potential theft of money, okay? You can't take away how successful I'm meant to be is what I'm getting, but I do want you to be careful, be smart and strategic, trust your intuition once again in regards to, and trust the details is what I'm hearing, in regards to whether somebody is trying to scam you, especially if you work online. But I feel like even if somebody wants to collaborate or promote a promotion of something of the sort, when it comes to a chance to make more money even, just be smart, okay? Because it feels like people, I'm hearing imposter. So you might have somebody trying to be you or pretend to be you, or pretend to be something they're not. Yeah, I feel like there's just some untrustworthy people. Anyways, it reminds me of all of the things I have to discard when it comes to running this channel. But money, skills, investor, taking risks, and face value. You're very attractive is what I'm getting. But I do feel like the value of something for you individually is going to grow throughout the month and moving forward. And I do feel like how you take care of your skin complexion, your looks in general, your well-being, this is going to add to the quality of your work and your motivation to get more done, okay? But I do feel like there's a balance that needs to be continued or implemented through it all. Don't overdo it once again. But self-made, beautiful. Even if you work within a company, if not multiple, there's a self-made vibe about you. But I feel like, again, a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners being drawn to this reading, where you might be pushed to recognize or remember that you deserve the freedom, the ability to be self-made more so and start your own business, if not multiple. And this will give you more value and fulfillment and potentially help you make more of a difference. But I did hear helpful nature before beginning the reading, so I feel like your helpful nature individually is coming into play. But yeah, I do feel like your reputation is, they're saying increasing, bettering throughout the month. People remembering your past work, I want to say. Even looking at your past work. Again, it feels like a very interviewing kind of vibe. Or just investigating, looking at things on your online platform, I'm getting. And this gaining you more exposure and potentially helping your name individually and or your business name spread, okay? Or just help you gain what you need. Beautiful. And help you make more money all the meanwhile. I'm also hearing any negative attention, especially if you work online, is going to benefit you as well, okay? And you might find that somebody sticks up for you, if not multiple people. But it reminds me, even if someone comes onto this channel to view my reading and try to bash my name or just dislikes it, it doesn't necessarily help the algorithm, but it does help me make a bit more money, okay? So I can continue to do what I do and do it well and improve all the meanwhile. I feel like improvement is a highlight for you. That was a lot for those 3 cards. 4 Pisces to continue from the small deck. Gaining abundance, beautiful. Beautiful. Again, I feel like you're being treasured, okay? I learned so much is what I'm getting. It feels like you are potentially learning about a new position, how to improve something once again. I mean, gaining abundance and extreme abundance. And remember, this isn't just money, but going back to the overall message, it's definitely part of it, okay? Extremely successful is now what I'm getting. But look at that, winning money. Beautiful. And it doesn't necessarily need to be, say, the lottery or a scratch ticket. It could be if you're choosing to gamble. But it feels like it's the universe's way of saying you deserve the money that you're gaining, right? In one way, shape, or form, or in multiple ways, you're winning in the end, okay? Thinking about or potentially making throughout the month one, if not multiple, important money moves, shifting money from one account to the next for some, or putting cash, they're saying cold hard cash into your bank account, needing to make sure that certain expected or unexpected debits recurring charges, I want to say monthly, they're saying, or bi-weekly, that there's enough for that to clear, okay? But I do feel like an approval might be coming through for some, okay? And you might find that something gets cleared quite efficiently. I don't know how that's coming through for you. Super successful and lasting impression. Beautiful. Yeah, you're leaving an impression on people, and this is helping you gain more abundance through it all right? And look at that. Look at that. Who does not want to see the big money card in a money and career read? Let's do some shuffling and pull from the tarot deck. Yeah, look at that. I do feel like there's a lot coming towards you. Okay, positive attention, at times negative, but feeling less of which. Energy affecting you, spirituality, you name it. I feel like your dreams are taking a highlight. Somebody else's work is of importance. You may even be teaching people, informing people, needing to clear your voice and get it out there. I'm wearing the shirt for a reason. You could be an influencer, somebody who's meant to get into the minds, the perspective of others, and inform, adjust even, tweak is what I'm getting. But you're gaining attention, people observing your work and potentially what you've done up until this point again, and this being quite impressive. And you might even leave people with jaws dropping, heads churning, people coming back for more. It's a very positive reading. 4 Pisces to continue. Okay, the King of Cups, the Death card, and the 6 of Swords. You might be thinking about what you need to leave behind. Might be more in regards to you thinking back to what you did leave behind. Do not glorify a past chapter, say a past living situation, a past job that potentially made you nervous or just was not 100% or at all healthy for you, because it feels like when, say, you're in a new place of residence for you specifically, or a new job, or you're stepping towards something, having to intuitively make certain choices, or one in particular, there's a feeling that you might think about what you left behind and second guess whether you made the right choice, or try to compare it to what's at hand or what could be. Don't do it, okay? But I do feel like when you're feeling depleted, or you're feeling a bit affected or fully affected by energy and or your spirituality, or just certain factors outside of your control, say somebody or multiple people that are being, okay, busybodies, or just kind of chaotic in energy, I want to say, step away, sail away towards calmer water. Waters, and allow for yourself to take a walk. This came up in Scorpio's reading, to come back in better energy, or when things are calmer. But it feels like you are reaching for fulfillment. Something's going to be expectedly fulfilling, but even more so than you think stepping into this month, or continuing it, because I am a little bit late posting this. They're saying, but again, trust your Piscean intuition, because they're again highlighting somebody wearing a mask, okay? Not multiple people for you, but let's keep pulling. The Knight of Wands, it does feel like a month where you're not forcing it, and that's a very Piscean way of being, right, by nature. But I do feel like you are moving with passion, reminding certain people you don't need to overdo it again, but you don't need to be moving at like the speed of lightning in order to be passionate and get something done efficiently. Again, I feel like you're working smarter, not harder. But then at other times it's impossible to not be working harder and not smarter. You know what I mean? But the Seven of Pentacles, what you're watering is growing. Okay, if you look at the pentacle growth, that stash right there. But I do feel like you are at times not feeling motivated or in the mood. You could just be, again, affected by certain factors. And just having a day or two throughout the month, or certain days where you're literally not wanting to get something done, but have to. It might be, again, in regards to your spirituality affecting you negatively. But I feel like there are times where you strategically, intuitively will choose to hold back, and this will be beneficial. You might need to heal. But there are other times where you will choose to just motivate yourself, kind of, they're saying kick yourself in the ass and just, or light a fire under it and get it done. And this will be beneficial. Okay, again, trust your intuition. But I feel like due to working so hard, getting a lot done, being a bit of a busybody at certain points, but not forcing it and being fast moving per se, but fast speaking I'm getting. Okay, you're going to be speaking quickly at certain points, and feeling like it's kind of run on, and especially if you're spoken through by spirit, it's kind of inevitable, and not really within your control fully or at all. Anyways, so a lot of spiritual Pisces being drawn to this reading, however you would describe that for you. But I do feel like there are moments, due to all you're getting accomplished, all that you're succeeding at, all the money you're bringing in for yourself, you're feeling a bit depleted, and you might be feeling a bit defensive at certain points because of all you've dealt with or dealing with, the past of a current continuing situation. But I do feel as if needing to find certain ways, like meditating, going for a walk once again, stepping away, exercising, self-care, to reground yourself and not let things get the best of you, but also just to replenish, okay, to heal all the meanwhile. You're not an Energizer Bunny is what I'm getting. Again, I feel like there needs to be balance coming into play, justice, as Spirit wants to change the subject. I do feel as if you're gaining this justice, the scale balancing out in your favor. Again, things just flowing for you, a level of stagnancy no longer. But I feel like for some, it's this feeling that something's growing quite steadily. Not huge amounts per se, but it all adds up and is taking you towards more for you, okay? It's a month where, again, you're reaping the rewards. You are seeing justice coming into play for you individually. I just feel like being drawn to this reading, you're meant to go the distance. Let's pull one more. I'm hearing a situation that feels heavy, as I saw the Ten of Wands will be no longer for you, will be no longer, okay? That was the end of the message. I feel like it will come to an end when the time is destined, okay, when it's meant to be. You might be finding yourself reaching for more and just taking steps in the right direction for you individually, but there's a focus on where you don't belong, okay? At least moving forward after a certain point, who you shouldn't be associating yourself with. There's a feeling of you thinking about the past or just potentially the beginning of the month where there's a sense of lack, okay, whether it's financial, success wise, growth wise. And again, I feel like there's significant increase throughout the month as a whole. And at times you might be so wrapped up with what you're accomplishing, what's at hand, how annoying something might be, that there is a push to, or a pull rather, better describing, to step back and look at the bigger picture, what's at hand, to keep oneself in a realistic mindset, to not let things get the best of you. Because it might feel like there's certain annoyances you're focusing on at work and or at home, that situation. And when you take a step back, it's like, it's minor. Okay, it's minor. I shouldn't have to cope and deal with that, but it's minor in regards to this benefiting me greatly, at least for this period of time for some. Okay. But change is a must at times when it comes to, again, what you're accomplishing, how you're getting things done, how you see your career and your finances looking moving forward. Feels like positive change taking place, steps in the right direction in regards to you living a financially comfortable future for yourself, okay? Being wealthy in more than one way, and your spirituality tying into that all the meanwhile. But it's a very, very successful month for you where Spirit's saying this money that's flowing in will make a dramatic difference in your Piscean life. Beautiful. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your month, and I'll definitely see you next time.